Hey, welcome back to the series of Keep Loan, Listen to Offers and Sell. We're on to the last part, forwards. I'm hoping by this point you've watched 1, 2, 3 and 4 of the parts and you're enjoying it. If you are, hit the like button and hit subscribe. And with the intro out of the way, let's jump into the forwards and finish the series. Okay, we're in the last section of Keep Loan, Listen to Offer and Sell series. We're in the forwards position. We've got a non-homegrown count of 11. And I'll run you by them players now. It's Petrovic, Malo Gusto, Marc Cucurella and Wesley Fofana. Asensio, Andre Santos, Moses Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, Pedro Neto, Noni Madueke and Estavo. And with that in mind, let's just jump into the forwards. And first of all, we've got Dujuan Richards, and I'm sure there'll be a few people that are watching this and think, oh yeah, we've got Dujuan Richards. Sadly, he picked up an ACL injury 12 months ago, so he's been out all season. And for this reason, I'll be sending him out on loan. I've put him as a lock, but when I'm looking at it, I don't believe he should actually be a lock now. Maybe it's just a loan or stay around the under-21s. Maybe he builds up minutes and plays the first half of the season with the under-21s. But he's still only 19 years old, so there's no reason to push a loan move, especially when he's just had a year out. So maybe he stays around the under-21s and gets minutes and confidence before going out on loan in January. Next, we've got Jimmy J. Morgan, and he had the second half of the season out on loan in Gillingham, and I feel like it'll be best he goes out on loan again. It'll be interesting to see where he goes next. Next, we've got McNeilly, and I really like him. I think he's a proven goal scorer. He's done that in the under-21s, the under-18s. He's a really good forward, and I feel like he's underrated as a forward. But for him and his career, I feel like it's best he moves on. So I'm going to put in the section for listens to offer. He's only got 12 months left on his contract and it doesn't look like he's going to sign it. And I don't disagree with that decision. When you sign players like Richards, Washington, Shim, Guiu, Delap, Jackson, the chances of him getting game time is very slim. And for that reason, I don't disagree with him leaving and getting game time with a team that he will get first team football with. If he was to sign a new contract, I'd be happy for him to stay around the under-21s or go out on loan, but I don't think that's going to happen. He's got Premier League clubs interested in him, but he doesn't seem to be wanting to do that. He wants to go out and play at a team where he's going to get first team football. And I think that's the best playing 12 months of football and then seeing what offers come around. When you see people like Delap going from Hull to Ipswich and then getting a move to Chelsea, 12 months can be really beneficial and you can really prove yourself. And for him, I feel like that'll be good for him. I wouldn't be pushing to sell him, but because he's not going to sign a new deal, I'm just going to put him in the listen to offer. And next we've got Ronnie Stutter, and he's the same. He's got 12 months left in his contract. He went on loan to Burton Albion last season. He had the first half of the season there and he got injured. He got recalled in January and played the under-21s, but at his age and his chances of getting first team football is very unlikely here, so it's probably best he leaves, and I don't think he'll want to sign a new deal. I feel like he'll be like McNeilly and want to leave and get first team football somewhere instead of going out on loan and never coming back and getting a chance here. So yeah, I feel like it's a listens to offer. Next up is Shim, and he'll be a keep for me, and it's a keep lock for me. Been here for over 2 seasons, so he's now a homegrown status player, so he can be in the B squad of the Champions League and not take up a non-homegrown slot. And for that reason, he could be really useful. He could play under 21 football with us this season and get many minutes. So he could get some good minutes this season and be around the first team, and it could be beneficial. And if he does stay around the squad and he's not getting minutes, maybe in January we take a decision to send him out on loan and get minutes for the second half of the season, but I wouldn't be pushing him out right now. I feel like it'll be good for him to be around the squad, and I think he's got very good qualities that could be really honed in, and it could be beneficial of it being around Jackson Delap, but it depends on who we sign. Next, we've got Washington, and I'd actually be recalling him for his loan from Santos. He's had 13 appearances, but he's only started one of them 13 appearances, and he's only coming off the bench for a couple of minutes. Since he's signed, they got Neymar, so the chances of him playing ahead of him is very slim, as you'd expect. And when he's using an international loan slot, I feel like you need to be playing, and he's not. So for that reason, I'd actually be recalling him and sending him out on another loan. If that's to an English club and he tries to get minutes there, or if it's to an international loan slot, but he's actually playing every game, or at least starting most of the games, that would be beneficial if he's using an international loan slot. So for that reason, he's a loan. And then next we've got Armando Broja, and it's a lock sell for me. He's had another loan at Everton, and he's had another injury season. He's probably in his own head and Chelsea's mind that his chances here are not coming. So for his career and his best he moves, he needs to be at a home where he's going to stay there and he can just get his head down and focus on playing football and not sure where he's going to be every 12 months. So yeah, it'll be a sell for me. And next we've got Datro Fofana, and it'll be another sell lot for me. He's been out on loan twice. He's been out on loan to Germany and used an international loan slot there, then went on loan to Burnley for the second half of the season. And this season he went on loan into Turkey for the first half of the season, then got an injury and he wasn't playing there, and he's used 2 international loan slots, and I wouldn't want to use another international loan slot on him. Yes, we could send him out on loan to an English club, but I don't think it would be beneficial because I don't think he'll come back and get a chance here. So for his career, I feel like it would be best we all move on. I think it's a bit of a shame because I think if he didn't join, I think he would have had a better career. But this is what happens when you join Chelsea. You could run the risk of being sent out on loan and forgotten about, basically, or your chances here get squandered when Chelsea sign another player and then another player, and that's what's happened. So for that reason, I'll be selling him. And next we've got Marc Guiu, and he'll be a lock loan. I feel like it's beneficial that he goes out on loan. It was a bit of a shame that he picked up an injury when he did. Jackson got injured and he probably could have played Conference League and the Premier League the back end of the season, but he picked up an injury and was out for 4 months. So he missed that opportunity of playing week in, week out while Jackson was injured, and we didn't really want to play Nkunku. For me, he needs to go out and play. And if you select him, he's going to use one of them non-homegrown slots, and I don't feel like he'll be beneficial staying here for his career. And if we use one of the non-homegrown slots, I don't feel like he'll be playing enough. So for me, it's a loan, and it's a lock loan. Next, we've got Nicolas Jackson, and it's a keep, but it's not a lock keep because this depends on what we do with other positions. If we buy another striker, does he want to be fighting with Delap and the other striker? Very doubtful. Does he go out on the wing? Do we buy another winger? Does he fit the winger position? I'm not sure. Yes, he was signed just before that and he was playing Villarreal at the winger position, and maybe that is his stronger position. But when you're talking about Maresca's system, he likes his wingers to be out wide a bit more. And for me, Jackson needs to be a bit more in the centre and getting in behind and worrying the centre backs than being out wide and worrying the right back. I feel like he's more beneficial being a bit more central than being out wide. So for this reason, it's a keep but not a lock, because if we buy somebody, then the decision is who we keep, and he's a non-homegrown player, and that's another player up to 12. But if we do buy another non-homegrown player using 2 non-homegrown slots on strikers that one of them's not playing enough, then it comes a decision of what to do. And then lastly, we've got Liam Delap, and I'm sure you know what I'm going to say. It's a lock keep. It'll be interesting to see what Chelsea do. Do we keep Nicolas Jackson, Delap, and have them both and have a bit of difference of strikers? They're a bit different for me in how they play. Or do Chelsea go and buy a striker that plays exactly like Delap, and that's what Maresca wants? I feel like Jackson does do well in Maresca's system, but if we're going buying a striker and we're looking for another one, maybe he doesn't feel like he fits the bill completely. So there we have it for the keep, loan, listen to offers and sell section for the forwards. Let me know in the comment section if you don't agree with me. I'm happy to discuss these things with you, because I know we've all got opinions and I don't feel like everything that I say is 100% true facts. My way is the only way. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Scott, you've left it on 12 non-homegrown players. Why have you done that? Basically, it's to account for the potential signings that we could make. So we've been linked with Mike Mignan, that would add us up to 13. We've been linked to Hato, and that would add us up to 14. We've been linked to another defender, so that could add us up to 15. And if we keep Badiashile around, maybe that adds us up to 15. And then do we buy a left winger? Maybe 2. Or do we buy another striker as well with a left winger? And that would add us up to 17. So I've accounted for that. That's why I've got up to 12, because I feel like Chelsea could do that. But maybe keep people like Badiashile and Jorgensen around. And maybe we go for players that are homegrown, players like Trafford, Marc Guiu, Bramthwaite, Garnacho and Morgan Rogers. They would all be homegrown, so they wouldn't the non-homegrown count. So maybe them are the options that we do when we use some of the non-homegrown slots on players that we already have. But I've left a few slots open so Chelsea can go out and buy the players that they want and feel like is perfect for the system, because I feel like that's what we should do. We shouldn't just be buying players for homegrown status. Cobham brings enough talent through that we can get our way through that by playing players and giving them a chance. So there we have it for the final part of the series, keep loan, listen to offers and sell. I think the main talking topic in this video is, do we sign another striker as well as Delap? And if we do, what do we do with Jackson? Do we stick him on the wing, or do we sell him or loan him? Let me know in the comment section, what would you do? Would you go and buy another striker, or are you happy with Delap and Jackson? I hope you've enjoyed the series. I'm going to do another video very soon, and it's going to be a bit more like this, but a bit more what I'd do with the squad and who I'd sign. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. So hit the subscribe button so you can check it out in a couple of days. And with that, I'm signing out, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.